And welcome to JTV Sports. I am Paul on the ball. And on Saturday night at the Jeffrey Caines Arena in Virgin Gorda in the C Division, the undefeated High Speed out of Lower Estate were given a run for their money by East End Spartans with a final score of 37-29. With the East End Spartans making a run at High Speed in the closing minutes of the game, coach Brian Bash Bruley called a timeout and had some harsh words to say with his team.
I ain't on the court. I gotta be the coach. Step up. Everybody, basketball have communication.
I right there by half, but I pop it on in the ball. I tell everybody stay down because I behind and heavy. You put straight up.
Hey, in the middle of the court, he gonna set the screen for you first, and then he gonna wheel back to the ball. Come on, we gotta play together.
Coach of the Spartans, Elena Chalwell, along with her assistant, had a few choice words to say with their team as well.
He holds it until they set up. Right. And then they know what you're going to do. Don't move until you see that red give the ball to your player. You understand me?
I get me. Whoever throwing on this ball, these two guys are your first option. Them is your best ball hand. Tap small them and look them and get it from tap.
Let's go, get it, go.
I caught up with the losing coach for the Eastern Spartans, Miss Elena Chalwell, after the game, who felt that there were a few things that she could have done better to win the game.
I thought my team played a pretty good game. As you can see, the score is not too far away. We were coming back. I wish the refs would have called a couple better calls. My boy played hard, you know.
This the team that have been blowing out the other teams, and obviously you're this close. What was your thought process in the game to stay so close to them to the end?
I found that once you put a man-to-man press on them, it kind of gave them a bit of shaky movement with the ball. We should have done it sooner. That was my fault. But the other team, they played well. Bit aggressive than my boys. Bit hard, but that's basketball.
Looking forward to seeing them in the playoffs?
Oh, definitely.
The winning coach, Brian Bash Bruley, felt his team should have done better, but takes responsibility as he says his team had a week off with no practice.
First of all, the team were off. I gave them the whole week. We wasn't practicing. So I guess giving them time to get back into school and get settled first before we start to practice. So they were a little rusty, basically, yeah.
They began to press you later on in the game and you didn't seem to respond until very late. What was the rationale behind that?
Well, definitely, as I say, it all come from practice. Everybody were all over the place, everybody were out of position. So after a little while, I watch it and then I settle down the game and, put them where they're supposed to go, and because they don't forget. They already forget how to press break. So basically that's what happened. I just lead them play.
Team, obviously a very strong team. You see anybody in the league giving them any trouble this year?
No, we definitely have a good team. But my team play basketball year all along, so my team will be more tougher to beat. But they have a definitely good team.
And meanwhile, in game 2, the Magics defeated Crank It Up by a score of 80-71. And coach for the Magic, Rasta Franklin Penn, was pleased with the way his team had won the game, but wanted to make it clear to his players that they must understand that he is the boss.
Wow, what a beautiful game, Lord. Just so excited, but we come out victorious,
Well, you guys were trailing early in the game?
Well, I get there kind of late. In the first quarter, I get there kind of late. But after I get there, things change. I was a boss since then till now, and we come out the winner, 71-80.
What was the strategy?
The strategy was pulling the rebounds, putting them back up, and passing the ball around. That was the key to this team here tonight, why they win the game. You cannot play a selfish basketball on this court, otherwise you cannot win. And it was a wonderful game. I'm an old vet, I come from the old school, so I know the game. So once they listen to me, they will continue to win. You understand, Paul? And you're doing a wonderful job, Paul.
That's all great.
Paul.
That's great.
He's a show. He's a show.
He's a show. Aye, he's a show. My younger brother is really. He's doing a good job.
Good stuff. Thank you.
I tell him I run the route here. I tell him I am the boss here. If you want to win, let me control the game. You see? We come out the winner.
And the best dressed commentator in the business, Mr. Tony Roberts, then took the mic for the final game of the evening between last year's finalists, without a doubt, and one of the most popular teams in the league up to the time. This includes the never-aging Gary Hillhouse, better known as The Glove.
Let's get it on! Fasten your seatbelt, please! Tell Paul, to tell Saul, to tell them all. It's going to be happening right here. If you got a phone, text somebody, email somebody, tweet somebody, BM somebody. I don't know, man. Tell them it's going to be happening right here live and direct. The game of the evening is up to the time, wasn't without a doubt. We shall see what we shall see.
And with just 2 minutes left in the game, without a doubt, finally took the lead 75-73 and never looked back. And in the end, although up to the time led for most of the game, it was the experienced and shrewd Steve Parlon who took his team home with a final timeout.
Hold up. We need a small man. Five over here. Let's go. Five over here. Listen. Man to man. No foul. Okay? You can let a man catch a ball if it's out there, but don't foul. Okay? Do not foul. Contest.
I spoke with Steve Parlon after the game about the close win, but he didn't seem to have any doubt that his team would have been victorious and looks forward for a matchup with last year's champions Set It Off.
To say about without the doubt, we are always on the opposite end, leading the whole game and then losing in the end. So I said, well, tonight, why not change it around? Trail the whole game and then lead at the end and win the game. So it was a good win for us, not going down 0-2 and going 1-1 in a competitive league. So it was a good win for us.
So basically, you guys focused on holding back and then waiting till the last minute to make your move.
This team here, they're rowdy, athletic team. So they was kind of giving us problem. We have a big team. We made some adjustments through the game and come through with a victory. So it was a good win against one of the higher level teams in the league.
All right, well, obviously a good game now. Set you guys up to get back with the defending champions. Set it off.
We'll be seeing them in the championship.
And losing coach for up to the time, Richie Morton, felt that his team played well and said he was proud of the fact that they only had 8 men and lost by just 1 basket in the closing seconds of the game.
I find the game went well. The two teams played very hard. But I kind of proud of my team because I had an 8 and I had none of my big men. I went small and gave those big guys a run for the money. Trust me, when I meet them again, playoff, they gotta come better than that. Because I'm gonna got 2 extra big men in the back to help with the boards. That will kill me a little bit, the boards. I ain't waiting for nothing.
Do you think that your team is now in player contention and even to probably give it off for a hard time and win the championship?
Sure. I feel like I'm with it this year.
For JTV Sports, I am Paul on the ball. It do be a great sport.